I'd also clap them cheeks. Lol. Alright, last video I told y'all to post your confessions in the comments, so today we're going to be reading through all of them, going over it. Let's get into it. First one coming in from my boy, okay, longtime viewer, my biggest fan, some might say. Dude, one time when I was like 4 or something, I pooped in the front yard for no reason. That's not even that bad. To be low-key, nothing wrong with that. I'm just gonna say that. And I'll tell you why it's not even that bad is because like you were 4 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're pushing 10, if you're pushing 11 and you're, having a shit in the front yard, like we got a couple issues, right? But you're 4 years old, like we can let it slide. How the fuck do you even remember that? First of all, I'm guessing your parents like passed that story down, like a fucking mythology, but you're good. You get the pass, bro. All right, the next one's coming in from Scorny. Let's see what we got here. Bro, when I was 4, I had a crush on Garfield and thought we were soulmates because lasagna was my favorite food and I like cats. First of all, what's up with all y'all and like being 4 and doing weird shit? But I mean, okay, interesting start, that's cool, it's whatever. Like we all had crushes on animals at certain points in our lives. I'm looking at you, Zootopia fucking Bunny. I'm looking at you, Lola Bunny. Like it's whatever, Garfield. Like okay, I'll give it the pass. Like let's keep reading. That trend of obsessing over various fictional characters never fully stopped. Though once I hit puberty, it became a lot less wholesome and adorable. I'm sure you can imagine why. All right, so you're just a little bit of a freak. I'm sure it's like not that big of a deal. Okay, as long as you're not like fucking real animals, we'll give it the pass. Like let's keep reading. Currently falling for Piccolo Jr., not Demon King. All right, thanks for the distinction, bro. And honestly, he's the healthiest mentally character I've ever obsessed over. What the fuck, yo? All right. No, that's cool. Okay, it's whatever. Piccolo, good, great guy, good guy. Or farmer, all that, right? Cool guy. Okay, let's keep on. And when I got into the franchise, I was initially drawn towards Vegeta. Low-key valid. I've been trying to fuck Vegeta for the longest. But Piccolo's just a damn dorky and sweet dude. Vegeta definitely would have made more sense given my trends. Brother, what are we talking about? Okay, let's keep going. To be fair, had a ton of short crushes, usually on unorthodox characters, but there have been a select few that I became obsessed over, as in every waking thought. Not just a few drawings of the character, we talking sketchbooks full type shit. Yeah. All right, again, I'm gonna kind of give it the pass. Like there's nothing wrong with just drawing a lot of the same character. You're a big fan. Like I used to draw fucking Goku back in the day, right? Maybe I didn't fill up full sketchbooks, but and I guess this is a more of a sexual type relationship. Let's keep reading. I'm gonna give you the pass so far. Invader Zim was the first one. Then Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Bro, what the fuck is Johnny the Homicidal Maniac? Because of course the little baby Tismo eventually looked up the creator of their favorite show to find out what else they made. GTHM is not for 13-year-olds, of course, but I fucking love the carnage of that comic, and it was broody, edgy. I had always really liked it as a kid. I consider myself to be pretty cultured, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the fuck that is. Let me look it up real quick. Okay, that's that weird, like kind of weird, like edgy. I get what you mean. Yeah, I've seen that before, definitely, just because it's like the creator of Invader Zim made it. But again, like, is this a sexual type relationship? Because I know you mentioned that earlier. Like, I'm guessing this is what you're saying. Interesting choice, but I'm gonna give you the pass. Like, to each their own, right? Piccolo is the first one I've had in a decade, and the only one as far as an adult, unless we also count Vegeta. I really wish you were real, dude. I want him to scold me and hold me accountable for shit, and just be his generally responsible and caring self. Vegeta, a caring, responsible man. I don't know why that's what I'm focusing on. There's a lot more that could be said about this, but let's keep going. Like, I often struggle with basic keep myself alive things because of bad brain. So the allure of a support system that's also stern and wouldn't coddle me is just chef's kiss. Okay, cool. I hope you're doing well mentally and shit. That's all I'll say about that. At least that's the main reason. I'd also clap them cheeks. Low. Are we dead ass? Look, I have nothing wrong with if for your mental health you need to imagine yourself clapping fucking Vegeta's cheeks, then honestly, so be it. Again, I'm gonna give you the pass. Let's keep going. Also, the idea of training with Piccolo, like, holy shit, I want to be buff as fuck. Honestly, all right, valid as fuck. I want to be Gohan and fucking with the dinosaurs, and what I'm saying? Yeah, valid. I want to be a weapon. Okay. Teach me to harness my ki energy. Oddly, I also want him to be real so I can support him in return. ? I don't know how the fuck I'd even do that. I'm a damn mess. I would like to pat his head and tell him he a good bean and give him cool rocks I find. Normal relationship stuff. Yeah. Normal relation. Yeah, for sure. I have to stop typing about Piccolo, dude. This is already huge, and I shouldn't subject anyone to such tortures as hearing me info dump in Kaioken times 10 mode. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Probably like 10 people are gonna watch this, so you good. But I'm fucking seeing it, so you should be a little worried in that respect. Tell me why my main type is psychos and aliens. Dog, what the fuck? Also seems like I couldn't stop typing. Hope some of this is useful. Enough info for a damn documentary. TLDR, I want to be in a relationship with Piccolo. He is unfortunately fictional. Valid. That's fair. Now, just wait a second. We're not done right there because there is a little more. Okay, he replied to this and said, shit, dude, I forgot to mention the one after GTHM. Cercio from Skyrim. If that's not how you fucking pronounce it, I don't give a fuck. I never played Skyrim. Elden Ring's probably way better. Again, I wouldn't fucking know because I never played it. So anyways, I did play that online Elder Scrolls game though. That was sick as fuck. Anyways, Cercio from Skyrim is the third really obsessed crush type thing or whatever. The Cercio one lasted like the whole duration of high school, which is probably why I forgot initially. Lol, who wants to remember high school? And if you thought it was still fucking over, it's not. He replied to that and said, rereading that I called Piccolo dorky doesn't sit right. Okay, valid. He's really not. Because my personal definition of dorky is kind of nuanced. I love the detail you go into. I love that you're so articulate with this. So let's see what he has to say. And like, I don't know. He's got a slight corny, punny sense of humor. A little snark and wit, but also like, don't know, man. Hard to explain. I don't mean to shit on like your parade or whatever, but I feel like you're assigning a lot of depth to Piccolo. Like, is this the like Dragon Ball Z abridged Piccolo? We're talking like Piccolo in the fucking real ass show. Like, what the fuck does this motherfucker like? I don't know. He's just stern and serious, and sometimes he sacrifices himself for going. Like, what the fuck does he really do? Oh, and he ore farms with his cape. That's my bad. Anyways, and I may even have to retract that after I get around to watching every piece of Dragon Ball content. I'm only technically halfway through the Buu saga, but the way I obsess over shit and hyper-focus on my special interests leads me to research and archive as much as I can, which leads me to spoilers inevitably. Technically, I watched the abridged series first. There we go. I fucking called it, which I greatly enjoyed, but it wasn't a special interest until I watched the actual first episode of Dragon Ball Z on a whim like a month later. Instantly hooked. Okay, valid. That's what I fucking thought. I wonder if that friend regrets trying to get me into Dragon Ball. I haven't had a hyper focus on a franchise this intense in a decade, and that was before we met. Also, he's the most normal of the friend group. We're all chaos vibed, but he's orderly, vibed, quiet, and rather reserved. Make sure to build a varied friend group. Many perspectives is better. Describe our friend group in one word. Logicking myself that posting a third comment is actually helpful and not annoying. These comments contribute to the algorithm. Hey, yo. All right, we are finally done. And let me just say, I'm not here to kink shame. I respect that you fucking love Piccolo to a sexual degree. Maybe respect isn't the word. Let me rephrase. I can, give me a second. I can respect your commitment and your dedication to your sexual things that you do, if that your sexual preferences. There you go. I mean, it seems like you really been through it. Invader Zim, Piccolo, Vegeta, like Garfield, low-key, like that's crazy. First of all, how do you remember? Like, because I know for a fact your parents didn't tell you had a crush on Garfield when you were 4. So how you remember that? Like, what? I don't know. I don't know what to say, but I really do appreciate the content you've given me. But low-key, like at the end of the day, I will say this: is this a little weird, a little out of the ordinary? Yeah. You know, is it a little crazy? Would I go around telling this to people that I just met at the coffee shop? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Probably not. And I think, you know, you should also try to find, you know, real relationships with you know, real people and that kind of stuff. But at the same time, there's low-key worse things you could be into. There's low-key way more illegal things you could be. Well, let me make sure, actually, Garfield, that is a cat, so that is like a little probably unethical. But the other ones are adults and aliens who are also adults. I'm pretty sure Invader Zim's an adult. He is small as fuck, though. I don't know. But I'm proud of you that it's not completely illegal. So that's good for you. I'm proud of you in that aspect. But fuck, I mean, the thing is, like, you don't even have issues. Like, you're like kind of good. You know what I'm saying? But you just are a little odd. You know, it's cool. I'm into odd shit too. I like music. I like The Weeknd. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like weird shit too. You know, I'm just like you, bro. I really see a lot of myself in you. You know what I'm saying? I really do. You know, we both like Dragon Ball, and that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I really think we can relate on that level. Anyways, if you are watching this video, don't be mad. that you commented so much. I appreciate you, because there's no other confessions. What y'all think this was? A fucking popping off 100,000 million subscriber YouTube channel? No, we got 2. And I love that you made a whole ass story for me to read, because you probably stretched this video out to I don't fucking know what. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the both of you that commented. Good night.